What's up, you guys? My name is Mahdi. This is my guest, Ramsey. And this is what they won't say.
Bitch! You didn't think I was going to start like that?
I didn't think you were going to start
Of
like
course I'm
that.
going to start like that.
You sure you don't want headphones? Because you're missing all the action.
Do I need headphones?
I think so.
Let's get headphones.
Okay. I actually already plugged them in because I wanted you to...
You're prepared, bro.
use it.
This is a full-scale production. Look at the sign. Look at this fucking sign.
I know that's right.
It's what they won't say.
I know it is.
Bitch!
Enough with the jokes. We're just getting started.
All right, let's go.
All right. So, you almost didn't do this episode.
It's a lot, man. It's a lot to say. Genuinely.
It's a heavy conversation, but before that, let's discuss... Let's get your mental health check.
Mental health check. It's fucking hilarious.
You see why you need headphones?
So, and I told you I love this idea from the I Am Athlete podcast.
Yeah.
Where they just kind of go around and say, yo, mental health check. Mm-hmm. Where you at physically, mentally, spiritually, or emotionally? And you go from there.
Yeah.
So let's just say this week I've had more than a lot on my plate.
Scale 1 to 10. Where you at?
Mentally, I'll say like an 8. I'm in a good
8?
spot.
Okay.
But like sometimes the burden just gets heavy to carry. But I'm in a good spot.
Okay, good.
Physically, I've been at the gym every day this week except for probably today. Sunday is my day off.
I know that's right.
You already know. What was the last one? Emotionally, I'm at a 10. Family's healthy. I'm healthy. I can't say anything.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Let's hear yours.
I would say the week started off heavy. I was at a 6.
Mentally?
All the way around.
Really?
Yeah, so when I'm mentally drained, I'm also just everything physically is drained as well, yeah. I think I get physically drained from the emotional strain. And I started off at a 6. And I think today I'm pretty good at a 6. I started off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday I was at a 7.
I feel like you hit the gym pretty regularly when I'm talking to you, though.
At least.
Do you feel like
5
that
days
helps?
a week. Oh, yeah.
I'm a big believer in the gym.
It's my therapy.
But
it's therapy.
Emotionally?
Same. Started off as a 6. Today I'm, 8, 9.
Good start.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
Absolutely. So
Love
where were we?
This episode.
Yeah. So you almost didn't do it.
Listen, man. This is stuff that, and we've spoken off camera, but this is not stuff that I speak on a regular. Mm-hmm. And the idea of the show I love. By the way, this is the first episode. Mm-hmm. What they won't say. Welcome.
I know that's right.
Please come back. And I love the idea because I love when I do discuss this, as you know, it's very raw and straight to the point and genuine. Mm-hmm. And I don't have that politically correct angle. And so it just seemed like it was going to be very difficult to discuss without holding anything back. But I think you had told me that if one person, a single fucking person, can learn something from this, it's worth it. And it's been so years long that I feel like I'm at that point where I can.
Well, I understood it. I understood it when you said it the first time. No, I don't think I can do this. And then I think it was either the next day or 2 days later you called me and you said, you know what?
It's time.
Yeah.
It's time.
Because it's a heavy subject, right?
Yeah, man. This is, and genuinely my belief is that it's the turning point in my life of who I was and who I am. This was everything that we would discuss in this episode is where it all changed.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's a heavy subject matter.
Absolutely.
It's difficult to discuss.
What is the subject matter? Just so the people at home know.
Opiate addiction and
Opioid?
Opiate?
Opioid.
Are you sure?
100%. It's opioid addiction.
Okay. So opioid addiction.
But let's just limit
health.
it to addiction. Because the steps of recovery, the steps of life and going through it and the struggles are the same.
I think your mental health struggles are kind of coincide with that because we kind of use
absolutely.
Opiates to pacify whatever's going on at that time, right?
Absolutely.
Which is why 70,630 people died from drug overdose in 2019.
I believe it. And one of the things I learned that is only 1 out of every 8 people addicted to opioids at any point in their life actually stay clean from them, which is
crazy.
A scary statistic.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
10.1 million people misuse prescription opiates in the last year.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, find any doctor or pharmacist you know and ask them about people coming in looking for painkillers.
It's crazy.
It's immediate. It's obvious.
It's crazy.
Yeah. It's dangerous.
Yeah.
Super dangerous.
Which is why I understood your hesitation, right?
I mean, there's also a stigma in our community.
100%.
You can't walk out and say, hey, I was addicted to painkillers.
You can.
I was so ashamed of it for years.
I was too.
So when I first and I don't want to get too deep into the conversation, but when I first came out and told my parents, like, yo, I'm having this issue, we went to a doctor's office. And as I'm at the counter signing in, first doctor's appointment ever. I don't know if I ever told you this story.
No.
I knew the doctor behind the counter.
Stop.
Someone our age.
Really?
From Dearborn. Yeah. And
the shame.
The shame you feel.
Because it's swept, right? So we sweep it under the rug,
saying, for so long
this will go away.
That you feel like there's nothing I could be more ashamed of in my life
100%.
than this mistake.
Yeah.
And I looked at my dad. I was like, we're leaving. He's like, yo, we're not leaving. I was like, yo, there's no shot I'm going.
I'll meet you.
There's nothing you could do to get me to sign up in that doctor's office.
Really?
And luckily, like, when I tell you I was blessed with the best parents on the face of the planet.
100%. Your parents are great.
Yeah, no, my parents are amazing. We walked out. We did some more research. We found another spot, and we started from there.
So you guys left the location you were at?
Yeah.
Stop.
Genuinely. Swear to God. Stop. Like, and it's someone I knew well.
But
obviously
it's funny for the situation.
Yeah,
but it's not funny in the grand scheme of things.
In the moment, my heart dropped. And if like now knowing what I know about the subject matter, knowing about the addiction and how often it happens, that doctor, and I never told him this, chose that field. He was an addiction doctor. So everyone, because that's what the clinic was.
What his focus was on.
So he would have probably been the best person I could have gone to for help in that situation. But I was so ashamed, and I had no knowledge of the whole issue, what to expect.
Right.
That I walked away from probably who could help me best. Someone that knows me, someone that knows I'm not a shitty person, and someone that would have been able to help me.
Would you have wanted somebody from our community to... Because I know there's all those HIPAA rules and regulations that you can't violate just because of
sure. But like at the time, you're not thinking of that. You walk in, you know a guy you've known for 10 years.
I think of it.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
You would trust, you'd have no shame in walking into that situation and saying, hey, doc, help me out. Even though I've known you for 15 years. I'm not a shitty person. Don't judge me. It's hard.
It's difficult.
It's hard.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, now knowing what I know, I wish I would have continued. I mean, granted, everything worked out great.
Yeah.
But I would have rather had someone I trusted that didn't judge me, that knew the situation and knew the details of addiction and opioid addiction. And been like, hey, I can help you out. And there's no judgment. And I feel like I would have been safer if I had that conversation with them. But
with somebody from my community, because they kind of understand where we're from.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
But going back to how it began.
Yep.
Take me back to before the opiate addiction. Because through your opiate addiction, you suffered a lot through opiate addiction, mental health, and loss, right?
So I mean, the loss wasn't before the addiction, to be fair.
Right. You suffered loss through addiction.
I think so.
We'll get to that.
We will.
We'll get to that.
It's
heavy.
It's heavy.
Yeah.
But how it started, and this is...
Well, take me back to before it started. Yeah. How old were you?
The first time I'd ever tried an opioid of any sort I was 18, 19. Fresh out of high school.
Young.
Oh, I was super young. I was super into sports. I was still playing soccer at U of M Dearborn. I didn't smoke a cigarette. I didn't smoke weed. I hated weed. I would drink occasionally.
Okay.
Maybe more than occasionally.
18.
But that was it. That was my threshold.
Okay.
And then one day, I don't even remember what I got in trouble for.
Okay.
I was doing something with my friends. I got in trouble. And just the level of anger my parents were at, they didn't ground me, but I knew I was grounded.
The unspoken grounding, 100%.
You just don't, you know you're grounded.
Because nobody's talking to you?
No one said a fucking word to me. So me and my best friend being my best friend, was like, yo, let's sit at home. We were in my basement. Okay. And we just watched movies every day. Okay. One day, I get half pill put in my hand. I was like, yo, this is just going to it's a nice, relaxing vibe. Yeah. I was like, yo, if this is going to give me a high, I'm not trying to do this. Right. No, just trust me. But tried it. I was calm. I was happy. Yeah. Smoking cigarettes, which I'd never done before. Watching a movie and having the time of my life, just genuinely happy. I was like, yo, this is great. This isn't too much. I'm not losing control. This isn't dangerous. Okay. And that, obviously, over time.
How it always starts, right?
Always. You have one cigarette, and then every time you go out, you take someone's cigarette. Right. And then one day you buy your own pack. Right. And that's the snowball.
Exactly what happened to me.
Absolutely. What happened to you?
Started with a cigarette at work. 2 cigarettes,
Dangerous.
3 cigarettes, stressful day.
Dangerous.
Pack.
Absolutely, I'm telling you. And then all of a sudden you have to have a pack on you everywhere you go.
Yeah.
That's how it started. It was like, we're watching a movie. All right, we're just staying in. Let's just take one. Oh, we're going to hang out with a couple girls. This loosens you up. Let's take half a pill.
Yeah.
And then from there, now 3-4 years down the line, you need something before you do anything.
Wild.
Anything.
Yeah.
If I was going to see my family, it was like, man, I can't take a pill or two.
I can't function without.
You could function, but you're not going to enjoy it.
Right.
So the one analogy that the doctor had given me was like, imagine you keep your room set at 72 normally your whole life. That's your comfort level of temperature. And then you turn it up to all the way to 105 every day. That's where your level of standard is at 105 every day.
Right.
So when you want to go back down to a normal level of comfort or fun at 70, your body feels like something's missing.
Right.
So you have to retrain your mind and your body to accept that level of 70 as your new standard. And that's what takes the heart. It's not breaking the habit. It's not the lifestyle change. It's reteaching your body that this is a normal, healthy level, acceptable level of fun.
Right.
And that's what takes the longest.
So you were using
Vicodin.
Oh, I was just Vicodin.
Yeah. I'll be honest, luckily never graduated anything worse. And I feel like that's why I can say I'm one of the 8 people that actually got out of opioid addiction, is that I was aware enough to know that I didn't want to go past that.
Okay.
Even in my worst moments when other things were offered, I don't want to do that.
And then access to Vicodin.
Yeah.
How,
it's not
where,
not hard.
How much?
I don't want to, I spent a lot of money on it. I
100%.
worked a lot being young, and everything that I'd worked for up until those years had basically been used to then buy Vicodin.
Okay.
When you're looking at, and I don't want to get too descriptive, but 10 to 15 pills a day, $4 a pill. You're looking to $60 to $70, $80 a pill at someone that's 20 years old.
10 to 15 pills a day.
A day.
Eventually, where did you start?
Half a pill every couple days.
How did it progress?
Every time someone offered it, you take it.
Really?
Here's half a pill, man. All right, cool. You take it. Here's another half. All right, cool, yeah.
In a day.
Now it's like the half, you don't really feel, oh, shit, I might have to go to a real pill, a whole pill. You take it.
Now, do you think that was all mental? Or do you think that...
It wasn't conscious. Like right now, let me ask you this. When you have a headache, how much Motrin do you take?
Yeah.
You take a lot?
I actually don't.
So I don't even know how much I take.
No, I don't take anything.
Honestly, I'll go into my mom's cupboard. If she's got a Motrin, 200, 400, 600, whatever she's got, I'm taking it. That's it. If it's over 600, I won't touch it.
Really?
Yeah, I won't do it.
I mean, I think at this point in my life, I'm trying to steer clear of the whole pill usage.
So to this day, I won't take a pill for pain.
Okay.
I won't do it. And not because I'm afraid of relapsing. It's just I've never needed to. Now, if I have like major surgery, I will discuss with the doctor different options.
Pain medication.
Just to be safe. Like I don't want to even reignite that flame into having a problem.
Which is a good question later, I think.
Which is what?
In relapse. Well, I think we'll get to the whole relapse situation.
We can.
I want to understand more of what happened in
what's next?
time frame.
Tell me more.
So your access to, you said, how easy was it to get the Vicodin?
2 miles and a phone call.
Stop.
Yeah. I mean, the Midwest, from everything I've learned since, is a hub of pain medication.
Okay.
And abuse of pain medication. I feel like different areas of the states have different types of drugs that they tend to lean towards.
Okay.
The Midwest is known as opioids.
Really?
Sipping lean. We use Sip Lean all the time.
Really?
Oh, lean. We were sipping lean before it was even rapped about.
Really?
It was cheaper than pills.
Around here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You go get cough syrup, you go pour it up and drink it for 4, 5, 6 hours. That was completely normal. You ever see me with a picture of a card or a styrofoam cup in my hands and an old picture of me? I probably had lean in it.
I have to scroll back through your Instagram.
No, don't do that. I literally spent an hour and a half yesterday deleting old pictures. I have so many. And I just want that that portion of my life deleted.
Really?
Genuinely, yeah.
Just on your Instagram in general or social media across the board?
I mean, Facebook, I feel because I never really posted pictures on Facebook. People tag me, so it's never that horrible. Instagram, I used to post often since back from 2010.
Okay.
So I've got 11, 12 years
when
of
Instagram
pictures.
First began.
I'm old, brother. I'm dating myself right now. That's what I'm doing. I'm dating myself heavy. When I was using Instagram, it was just an editing app. That's all it was.
With the filters.
Yeah, that's all
I'm sure. Same. Okay, it makes sense. Now, when you started the whole addiction I don't want to say process the whole drug abuse.
Yeah.
You were in school, out of school, where were you?
In school.
What was going on?
I was in school, normal student. At first, it doesn't affect you. It's not something that you think about on a daily basis. It's not really till probably years in, and you realize what you're losing. Like when your family says, let's hang out. And you're like, do I really want to go hang out with my family, or do I want to go to the basement, pop a couple pills, and smoke some cigarettes, watch a movie?
Okay.
And then even if you say, no, I'd rather hang out with my family, you're there for 20 minutes, and you start like, I kind of want to go home.
You get anxious.
I became a recluse. Mm-hmm. It was me, my close friends. And on the weekends, maybe I'd go out and drink. Before I drank, I'd have and that was my norm.
A pill.
If that wasn't the case, I wasn't functioning right.
Yeah.
That became my new standard.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I see it.
Absolutely. Which causes a shitload of problems, just for the record.
100%.
100%.
So then you would take pills school-wise during the day, or was this just at night? Were you normally functioning? Were you?
Listen, everyone wants to use the term a functioning addict. I'll tell you right now, out of experience, that's bullshit.
Really?
You think you're a functioning addict. So I can tell when my friends are high, right? As everyone smokes cigarettes now. Everyone smokes weed now. I'm not a big weed smoker.
You're not a big, or you are a big?
I'm not. I hate it. I've always hated it.
Really?
Genuinely.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've always hated weed.
Okay.
For me, not as a substance, just for me, I never enjoyed being high. I feel like it was too out of control for me.
Okay.
I can drink and be completely in control. I could take a pill and be completely in control. I could never smoke and feel like I was in control of everything around me.
Okay.
So for me, it wasn't it. But for everyone that says that they can smoke and be normal, I call bullshit.
Yeah.
If I can look at you and know you're high, you're not normal.
Okay.
There's some slippage there.
Yeah.
Whether you want to admit to it or not is fully up to that person.
Right.
But a functioning addict is not a thing.
Right.
It's a justification.
So you still worked.
I still
went to school.
I still went to school, but then after X amount of years, you start losing interest, but you don't know why you're losing interest. So I was an arrogant little fuck, and I thought like I was too smart for school.
Right.
This is getting boring. Let me start working. Let me start making money.
Okay.
So I did that. Didn't really do well at work. It was boring too.
Okay.
Because everything started to revolve around the end of the day.
Right. So were you working to use the money for the drugs, or were you working because you had to work? Were you?
I feel as a guy, you're programmed to work.
Okay.
And I've worked my whole life.
Right.
So like in my house, there's never a reason not to be working. Whether you're in school, it doesn't matter. You're working.
Right.
So it's not necessarily that I had to work just to buy. Mm-hmm. It was just, you're supposed to go to work. So I did that. But
as a man.
But when I wasn't using, I had one job 7 years. When I started using, I had 6 different jobs in 2 years. So like it does affect you, and you can look at it from the outside.
Inconsistency.
100%.
Okay.
I was the most dependable person prior. After,
really,
it's questionable. Yeah.
And your parents knew?
No, hell,
not yet.
Hell no. They knew something was going on,
but they couldn't put their finger on it. Now, were you using to pacify something, or was this more of a I'm having fun, I'm kicking shit with my friends?
That's it.
It was fun.
It was fun.
Not to pacify.
I wish I could say I had some deep emotional basis for using. I've been blessed in the sense where I don't have that.
Okay.
There wasn't something weighing me down on the inside that I was trying to forget. It was, I'm having fun. I do suffer from anxiety. Mm-hmm. So this was like, I don't feel that anxiety constantly weighing on my shoulders, but it wasn't like, that's why I want to take it.
Okay.
I was just having a good time. But when you have a good time with cigarettes, eventually you need that cigarette.
Right.
And that's where it led to.
Right. And then, so do you think your friends then, the ones who were doing drugs with you, opiates, were using to pacify something, or were they just using also for fun? Because that's, if you were using for fun, they could have been using
one
for
thing
fun.
I think you learn through these experiences, you can't speak on situations that aren't yours.
If you had to,
this is Dearborn. This is a bunch of Arab guys that are tough on the outside. They're never going to tell you if they've been through something so deep that they need this release. They need this escape. They're not going to tell you that.
Okay.
And I wish I could speculate. And I feel like
I feel like you could speculate. You can speculate.
So I really couldn't, genuinely. Not that I wouldn't want to, but like to say like I really had a feeling.
On emotional baggage, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because like I did it for fun, and it felt like this just became the culture of our friends. yo, let's sip some lean, let's smoke some weed, let's pop a pill, let's chill out. We didn't party. Like, I had separate group of friends I would go out and drink with because my friends just weren't those people. They wanted to hang out by themselves and not be out in the public eye, and they were just like, let's just relax, not go see 100 people.
A quiet crew.
Very quiet.
Y'all are reclusive.
Genuinely. So test every one of them. You never saw them out. You never saw my friends out.
Really?
No shot.
Okay, so it was just you guys.
Yeah.
You guys in a basement?
Either my parents' basement or my friend's parents' garage.
Really?
That's it.
They never detected. No parents detected. Nobody got in trouble.
We really never got in trouble, man.
Really?
Like, we didn't do anything. It was like me and 5, 6, 7 guys, like, hanging out at our parents' houses. Like, we weren't fighting. We weren't causing issues. We weren't causing a ruckus. So realistically, from the outside looking in, it didn't look horrible. Mm-hmm. Like, we knew what was happening.
Looked like a bunch of guys just hanging out.
Looked like a bunch of young 20-year-olds, 19-year-olds hanging out normally.
And all of them are still around.
Now?
Except, and not as your friends.
Oh, they're all still here.
They're all still around.
Yeah.
Except one.
Except one.
A loss.
The closest. Yeah. And that loss, obviously, as you know, was the linchpin to the transition in my life.
Your best friend?
My best friend. Like
your
my brother. Literally. And I don't say that like I don't call people family.
No,
like
I know
that.
you don't.
Yeah, no, this was generations of our families being close.
Because people don't understand how our friendship kind of developed.
It developed on this premise.
Randomly.
On this premise. We got into an accident, by the way, for everyone watching. We got into an accident one day.
We did.
We lived like a block away from each
other.
You
hit me.
I feel like we could discuss that.
I don't think that.
I feel like we were both on snow and just slowly saw it happening.
You were speeding.
I don't speed.
You speed.
I feel you sped.
I do speed.
Subjective, my point. So, as I was saying.
That's so valid.
Our cars slid into each other. We both got out, and we knew who each other were. No damage.
We did. We knew each other for a while. Who each other were. Didn't like you.
You're a dick.
Granted.
Why didn't you like me?
I don't know.
My point. You don't know, bro. You don't know. Listen, from the outside, I'm a very different person that you would think I would be.
100%.
Who I am.
I get that all the time. I can't argue with that.
I get that all the time.
I think the outside had always painted a picture of an asshole. You were not nice.
I was kind of not, but I was nice.
But I was also quiet and I didn't ask many questions.
That's touche. But listen, I purposely had that exterior. Mm-hmm. It's just how we grew up.
Like, something you develop.
I'm nice. I'm cool. Just don't fuck with me.
Yeah.
But I'm nice. I'm cool. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right, bro. I'm out. So nice having me here.
I will mute your microphone.
And then somehow that led to, I saw you at the AT&T store soon after, and then we started talking, and I was like, yo, let's go grab a bite.
Yeah. And
then somehow this bite, which had alcohol involved, led to a 4-hour conversation.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about the...
Hours at, where were we? Pegasus.
No, was that the first?
Pegasus. Nope, it was Pegasus.
Oh, my mind went Birmingham first.
No.
That's what I was laughing about, the girl.
Nope. No, we're not getting into that story because we don't even know where she is. And we do not have
shout out Nancy, wherever you're at.
We do not
Whatever book you were reading, Nancy.
I don't know the legals in Michigan, whether or not we can discuss that.
All right,
subject
let's
matter.
rewind. I apologize. I digress.
So we were in Pegasus, in Detroit.
Downtown. Yes, downtown
not
Detroit.
social Birmingham, Nancy. We are in Pegasus, Detroit. You and I, Greek.
And we
Opa.
Yes, Opa, yes. We were supposed to go to that pizza place that you like, Lola's.
We went to a pizza place and they were closed.
Yes.
Then we ended up, you said,
Pegasus was great.
Let's go here.
And that's when we ended up for a few hours.
Hours.
Yes, and that just...
Friendship took off.
Yeah, we got into a real deep conversation. And this was 6-7 years ago? 5-6 years ago.
It was around Christmas.
It was definitely
because you
cold.
were dancing on the street.
All right, brother. I'm Usher.
They were playing Christmas music.
Makes sense.
And you started crip walking.
Sounds like me. Sounds like me back then. Yes.
Down Greektown.
Makes sense.
Street. I don't think it's called Greektown Street.
So like I haven't crypt walked in 5 to 6 years. So this was
right around the time we became friends.
So I think this was, I didn't talk to anyone about this shit. What I was going through.
Yeah.
There was like,
it's difficult though. Around here,
when people know you, this is one thing I have to tell people. When people know you, it's different.
Yeah.
You don't feel comfortable telling people. I got so many calls and texts when my best friend passed away. Are we doing on time? We got a few minutes.
Okay, good.
It's different. It's difficult when people know you. I got so many calls and texts with, yo, I love the love. Thank you. But you're not in a position to reciprocate or talk about it.
But you were retreating.
Oh,
when it happened,
I was back in my
I
shell.
didn't even know you.
Yeah, no, you didn't know this was happening.
No.
I was in my shell.
I knew about the situation, but because we all talk.
Of course. Yeah.
Everyone talks. I heard about
Small
it.
city.
Had no idea that the circle was this small.
Yeah. No, I didn't know how to deal with it publicly. Yeah. Because I felt everywhere I looked, people were literally gawking at me.
Okay.
Like, that's the guy whose best friend just passed away. And I hated that feeling. And so I just disappeared. I stopped going out, stopped talking to people, stopped reaching out. And a lot of people that I'm actually super close to now were friendships that I made during that time.
During the time of the loss.
During the time of me accepting the loss, grieving the loss, working through the loss, and all that. And you just happened to be one of them. And it wasn't intentional. It wasn't like whoever's here now is going to be my best friend. It just so happened to turn into that. Yeah.
This is completely not... This is off track, but were you still using...
No.
At the time of the loss?
At the time of the loss, it was yes and no. So I'd already started therapy. I'd started recovering. I started healing. And
prior to or during, following?
Like within a couple months of the loss. Like really at that time. To the point where, and I don't know if I ever told you this, my best friend came to my house at 2 a.m. one night about a month before he passed.
Okay.
We had like a 2.5 hour conversation about everything, about fucking everything. And I wouldn't say we're grown men, but we weren't kids. Yeah. And me and him had been around each other for so long, we never really got emotional. That night got emotional for both of us. And it was laying it all on the table. Yo, I told my parents, yo, I'm getting help. This has to stop. We're 21, 22. Like, at what point do we start saying we're doing it for it's been too long?
So in an attempt to stop
absolutely.
Taking pills.
Absolutely.
Stop taking Vicodin.
Yeah. And so I had confided in him and like, I'm trying to get back on track. And that was a month before he passed.
The healing was not consensual? So it wasn't like consensual, I don't know if that's the appropriate word, but were you guys both trying to heal from the usage? Or was it just you and not him? He wanted to continue and you were on your road to recovery?
No one wants to continue. Let me put it that way. Like when you deal with someone really into it, no one wants to keep going. But you're looking for the strength, the linchpin, the trigger, the whatever the situation is to force you. Like I got cornered by my family. Yo, something's wrong with you. You're not who we raised.
Put it on the table.
You're not my brother. You're not who I've known for 25 years, 22 years at the time. And I just broke down. Okay. And I took my dad into our office library thing in the house, and I was just like, yo, I feel embarrassed to say this in front of my mom and my sister. I need your help. This is what's happening.
Because you were always close with your father.
Yeah, I mean, I've worked with him my whole life.
Yeah.
So it's just like, and like he's a hyper rational, non emotional person. So that's what we did. We got 2 minutes. So that's what we did.
The minutes. I should be doing that.
No. It's on here. You're good.
Our producer should be doing that.
She's the director. Shout out Dina Schumann, by the way. Hashtag at Dina Schumann on IG. Dina Schumann. Everyone follow her. We're going famous.
She wants that.
We're going viral.
You don't care.
If Drake hits you up right now, you ain't gonna marry him? Well, I'm saying.
All right.
Give it a shout out.
All right. That's not this kind of show. This is
Wrong
not
show.
only
My bad.
This is not only.
All right. Let's finish up. Let's get back to it. Let's take a break now because we're at 29 minutes.
You want to break now?
We're at 29.
All right. Break it.
Break.
And we're back.
Let's go.
I know that's right.
We needed a quick intermission.
Who needed a quick intermission? You or me?
I'll be honest. No, it was me. I needed to dry my tears. It was getting heavy. I told you it was going to get heavy.
It is going to get heavy.
Oh, I know.
And we're not even past the hard part.
I know. Let's go.
Okay, where were we?
Ooh.
And no.
Rookie. My friend passing.
Back.
Yeah.
So he passed away.
He did.
And that was, we are on the brink of, not the brink of, we are past his 7 year?
7 year. March 1st, 2013.
Damn.
8 year.
Damn.
Yeah. When I tell you it feels like a week, it feels like a fucking
because
week.
You, we'll get to this, you have him tattooed on your body.
I do.
His initials.
Right on my forearms.
With a heartbeat.
No. It's so like the The artistic value of my tattoo is the way he used to sign his signature, which at 21, no one knows how people sign their signature.
Right, because we haven't
But
discovered
me and him
it yet.
used to sit there in our notebooks.
Autograph.
And sign our signature.
Oh, you thought you were going to be famous.
No, but just like, we used to see, so both of our dads own gas stations. So we would see our dads and our moms sign signatures. And I was like, yo, do you have a signature? He's like, no. I was like, yo, let's make one.
How do we do this?
So we literally sat there for a whole day scribbling in our notebooks. And all of his basically started with a T the certain way.
Yeah.
And,
Okay.
And so then I got those initialed on me, the exact way that he used to write them. Yeah.
Would you get my name?
No, don't even ask. Don't even ask. Don't even ask.
Not again.
There's no shot of it.
Not again.
No. So the guy, how about this? The guy that I took with me to get the tattoo, his initials, guess what they were?
Stop.
So as I'm getting it tattooed, he goes, yo, would you get my initials tatted on your arm if I die? I was like, no, bro. I'd get you like a square. I'd put like a T squared max. No shot. Not getting 2 T.
Again. Not again.
All right.
But that happened March 1st.
March 1st, 2013. Yeah.
And we are, what's today?
March something, 2021.
I know, that's right.
That's crazy.
March something.
All right, March 14th. You said take me back. Where am I taking you back to?
You are taking back that day.
Fuck
because, no. That day was difficult, I would imagine. Well, the next day was difficult, but that day.
I don't remember I don't remember the first week. I remember the moment, the first hour, and then I'm blanked. Dead ass.
Damn.
Dead ass. Yeah. It was weird. So
okay. So take me back to that day. You were where?
I had family in town.
Just that whole day?
I had family in town. Me and a few friends were planning on going to Chicago.
Okay.
I had friends that lived there. So they were like, Rams, come down this weekend. We'll have a weekend down in Chicago. I was like, all right, bet. The morning of, pack my bag, get everything ready, go to work, come home. I'm literally maybe 5 minutes from walking out the house. Maybe. Everything's packed. I gave my mom and dad a hug. Yo, I'm leaving. Went to go grab one more thing in my bedroom. Phone rings. I was like, yo, you know what? As I'm here, let me just grab something to eat real quick. Go ahead.
Before that. Take me back before that. The day before. Before this news.
I mean, the day before is specifically what? What are you looking for?
You guys were best friends.
Yeah, 20 years.
So I would imagine the day before you guys would have been together. On a normal day.
That's crazy you say that. Did I tell you this?
No.
Stop.
I just want to go back. Take me back to the day before.
The day before. All right,
this all happened.
Shut the fuck up. Let me talk.
Yo, I'll mute you until I finish with my question.
This is going to fuck you up, which is why I'm saying it.
I'll mute it.
No, I'm that tripped out that you just asked that.
Okay.
The day before. So I told you my family was here from Brazil. Mm-hmm. So my cousin and his 2 kids were here. Yeah. One of them just, was a 2-3-year-old kid on my phone. Playing on my phone in front of me. We're all hanging around in my family room. My phone rings. It's that friend that passed, the next day.
Yeah.
Calls me. Mm-hmm. I literally ignore it. Click. Calls again. What the fuck? Click. Calls a third fucking time, which in my life has never happened. He's never called me 3 times.
Because we were always talking in a row.
Huh?
I've called you 3 times.
That's not true. You never have. Because if someone called me 3 times in a row, I'm blocking them. Let's just get that clear. Everyone knows me. I have a very short fuse. You call me 3 times, I'm fucking you up. My dad, who's sitting next to me, it's like me, my cousin's kid, my dad.
Yeah.
My dad sees the phone ringing the 3rd time. Goes, Rams, answer that phone call. I was like, bye. I talk to him all day.
It's him.
It's him calling.
Okay.
I'll call him later. He's like, Rams, answer that phone call. On everything, this is a real story. I was like, I'm not answering. I don't need to. He's like, Rams, answer the phone. And I swear to God, when I tell you I got chills the second he told me to answer the phone the last time, I grabbed my phone from my cousin who's playing games on my phone, which is why I didn't want to answer. And I answered. We had a 10-minute conversation. All the guys were meeting up. He's like, yo, come meet up with us. We're about to hang out. I was like, yo, I'm with the fam right now. I'll hit you up tomorrow. He's like, all right, bet. That was the last time we talked. Last conversation we ever had was that phone call.
That's it.
That I wouldn't have answered. And I know myself. I wouldn't have called him back till the next day. Because when you're that close, you don't call that all. I wouldn't have felt the need to call him. And so the next morning, Fast forward, I'm going to leave to Chicago. My mom gets a phone call. My mom screams.